Cal has footage of him talking to him on the phone at my house.
Right,
I reached out to any and everybody that could get in touch with Puppy quicker than me.
right, right.
And all I wanted to do, man, is just help him because I'm seeing what he's going through, and I'm seeing him, just declining,
Mm-hmm.
mentally.
Right,
Stuff like
and you're genuine. You was genuine. This was a genuine situation for you. You seen him, like you said, declining, being in a depressed mode. But you had him
yeah,
started feeling himself again. He started coming around. He started feeling good.
yeah,
And like you said, there was just different situations, however,
yeah,
that put him back into a bad space.
yeah.
Um,
Like even when in the hospital, like I said, he had episodes there too. Sometimes but those toxins, it was. I learned this all about them toxins in the
mhm,
body, man. They just throw you off sometimes, and
right,
the nurses called me one time and said, pulled the needles out.
right, right. That's yeah, man.
Frog-
That's
the
whew,
froggy be
man. That's I think like you said, you can never
yeah,
run away from the angel of death. You can't do that. But
yeah,
but you also can press that button early
yeah.
and not, when it wasn't your time. You can definitely push that button. And
And then
do you feel that's what happened here?
no, man, like really, I'm just now getting to where I can even talk about these things, but I
Hmm.
still have my good and bad days now because
Hmm.
everything's been going good for me, but now I have this I have to live with, you know.
Yes.
But even when he was in the hospital, he was wanting to see me,
Right.
but
Right.
because of COVID, can't nobody come see me, man. But
Right.
I was, I felt so bad about that,
Hmm.
and they had transferred it to another hospital because they didn't have the equipment there. They
Hmm.
had to do a procedure on him, and that's why he ended up in the other hospital, and that's when he started. That's when he went viral, and that's when all these other people came around.
So when he got to the other hospital, that's when other folks started coming around. Now,
Yeah,
did the procedure end up getting done?
yeah, yeah, yeah. But the thing is, he checked himself out from what I hear, and a real friend would have made him. Me, I would have made him stay.
Right, right. I mean, we know he could be stubborn, but where would he? Where was he going? Why would he check himself out a foreign place that he don't even know
Rob,
where he's going?
Rob wasn't mentally stable. He wasn't mentally stable to make decisions for himself.
Right, right,
I'm all honesty. Rob didn't know a lot. He didn't know a lot, but he knew his music, and
right,
that's on that. Even with his memory, one day, he kept on, he thought my name was Marcus. Man, you been living with me all this time. You
hmm,
know my name. He got mad because I'm sitting here telling him my name not Marcus.
right,
No, that was one of them days that he was having.
right.
But if your friend is drunk, you're not gonna let him drive.
No,
And
definitely no. You're not. You're not. And that's the whole thing when it
yeah,
comes down to this. Um,
yeah,
if this is your friend and not your enemy. This is your friend and not even your worst enemy. You would not let. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, man,
and he stand with me. If you're down here and I've been knowing you a whole lifetime,
right,
and I know you're not gonna be out in the streets, not know where to go. Not I'm in the same city.
right, right,
You know,
exactly.
no, I just feel nobody wanted that responsibility.
No, and I understand that. I get that. I get that. People don't. When it comes to that, it's a lot, and nobody wants to carry those
Yeah,
responsibilities. It's hard,
yeah,
and the mood
and
swings and
Rob,
everything else
Rob
that comes
felt
with
that.
it.
He felt it.
Right.
That he shared a lot. He shared a lot with me, man.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. Um, even about with his own with his own mother. He said their relationship really wasn't solid,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of things. I don't know if he burned the bridge or it's always been like that.
Right.
But he just didn't. He just needed love, man, and somebody that really
Yeah,
cared
that's the
for him.
bottom line. You needed that love, man, but you was there to give that to him. You did. You gave him genuine love, man. And I think if if the situation was a little different and he didn't, if that hospital you put him in, that you placed him in, had the equipment, I believe that he probably was most likely still been here today because you would have been able to get back and forth to see him. You would have been there, like, you
Yeah,
understand what I'm saying? And he
yeah,
he was listening to reason with you. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? He didn't
But
really go against the grain with you. He,
even with the other hospital, I feel if he didn't go viral, I like I was doing everything in private.
right, Right.
Once he went viral, everybody else came around. Like, why do y'all got this man out and about? And he just had a procedure done. You don't even know what's been done to him. I have raw medical records here.
Right.
If,
Right.
if you only knew the things they did to him in the hospital, you wouldn't have had him out and about.
Wow. Well, see, that's the thing right there. Like, did anybody ask any questions? If the man just had this procedure, why would you take him out? There's COVID still out there. Why would you take him out of there to do anything? You would have
Yeah,
been
and then
listen, get your
yeah,
bed rest and stay there. You don't need to move right now.
and then they actually took him to a dialysis spot, and he refused to take it. That's when you have to overrule.
You have to overrule. You have to.
Yeah, you have to quit being a yes man and do what you have to do, whether he like it or not.
Exactly.
Even with, that's what I did with the hospital. He didn't like it. You
Right.
know, I got look how he wasn't in bad shape yet,
Right. Right.
but he got there just in time.
Mm-hmm.
They
So
started working immediately. That was the best thing that ever could
that
have happened to him.
exactly.
I give her
Exactly.
credit. She the one told me to make that decision. He's not gonna like because he had an interview that same day. He had an
Mm-hmm.
interview at 7 o'clock that evening.
Right.
But I called the ambulance like 9 o'clock that morning.
Mm-hmm. Had him come get him. Now, when he
Yeah.
got to this other facility, and after they did the procedure
Hmm.
and things went viral, people started coming around,
Yeah.
um, and was taken out of the facility. Also, was taken to another to a place that did dialysis, and he didn't want to go in. Now, like you said, they should have made an executive decision right then and there. They should have made the decision to say, "Listen, man, you're going in here regardless. It doesn't matter," because
Yeah.
somewhere down the line, his legs were swelling up or something. He couldn't feel his legs. That's
Yeah.
a red flag right there. That's a red
Yeah.
flag. Like something
Yeah.
should have been done about that. Like it doesn't matter if he didn't
Yeah.
want to go somewhere or not. You should have put him in there.
They didn't know the severity of his situation, but I did, and I just wish somebody had called me or at least answered my messages when I
So you
personally
reached
hit.
out. You reached out to them, and nobody answered you back.
But they it was always late, but nobody they never called. I had his medication that he's supposed to take every day. Every day. My exact words was, if he don't get this medication, he's gonna end up back in the hospital. That was
Right.
my that was my exact words.
So nobody came to retrieve the medication at all.
No, I talked to the guys one time, and they need to get his pain medicine. I went to Walgreens, but
Hmm.
it was in a, so I
Right.
took a picture of his ID.
Right.
They got his pain medicine, but they didn't get his daily medicine.
Right. Now they would that should have been able to. Well, you had already had that medicine, and so on prescriptions like that,
Yeah,
you would have to wait
bring
for
him,
them to run out, right?
bring bring him back to my house. Bring him back. He's supposed to be here, man. Y'all don't even know what's going on.
Right. And well, that's where his medication was at. So that's what should have happened. He should have came back to your house. He should have been there, bed rest, and taking the medication that was prescribed to him to be able to get better. Now,
Yeah.
in between time, in the meantime, while this was happening, were there engagements or something that was booked that he needed to be at or something, or was this just
He had one of them episodes.
negligence
He had
against
he
this
had
this whole thing?
he had one of those episodes.
Mm.
Like I said, when he was mean, he was mean.
Right, right,
He got tired of being in that hospital, and like I heard he checked himself out, and he had to come pick him up.
yeah,
And I just wish someone had got in contact with me, because
yeah,
I would. Miss Pat Shea was working on it.
right,
You're supposed to stay in the hospital, man. It's all it's a process. She's getting set up for you. She even
hmm,
told me that he was qualified. There
right.
was a pro there was a program where his insurance would get him a place, and the dialysis would come to him.
Wow. So
That's going to him.
why did anybody listen to reason? Like you was setting all this up. If because I feel that even though it wasn't your responsibility, but because
Yeah,
God touched you, man, and you was there for this man,
yeah,
I feel that if somebody would have just picked up the phone and
Yes.
communicated, because communication is the key. And if someone had communicated with you, I think this brother would still be alive today. Like you
That's
said,
right.
Miss Mache, she said that he was qualified. The insurance would have took care of it. He would have been inside of a place. I don't know how fast they work over down there in Atlanta, but
Yeah.
like you said, the ball was rolling. So at least if he was still at your place for a little while, you knew there was some things in action that he
Yeah.
would have had his own spot. And he wouldn't have to really worry about that money situation at the time, because I'm quite sure it would have been subsidized or something. Something would have
Yeah.
happened. They would have gave him some type of insurance. Something would have been, um,
Yeah. I
would
don't
fit his
understand
budget.
the GoFundMe's and all that. He was straight. The money come later. He
Right.
was straight. There's no need for GoFundMe because what are you gonna do with it?
Well, right. Exactly.
Take care of his
Exactly.
health. You
Because that's
know,
the main thing. We was talking about his health, his insurance. It's, the GoFundMe. I mean, we don't even know what happened with that situation. That was, and like I said, when I seen the GoFundMe on the page at the time, if I'm not mistaken, I seen like $686 or something like that was raised. That was
yeah,
like days before, whatever case may be. So I don't even know where it got to, or if it even existed anymore after that. But
yeah. There was no reason for that. The main thing was his health first.
right,
When
yeah, definitely.
he had a roof over his head. If someone had talked to me, I had him. I was even trying to generate money for him. I reached out to Doc to do a reality show for him. I
Hmm.
reached out to Billy, like I said, Cujo the Wobble Man. People that know more than me. I
Right,
can't. I After we get off the phone, I can send you more receipts, man,
right,
to let you know
right.
I was really working on the back end and wasn't nobody's
Definitely,
business.
definitely. Well, I seen that also from, that you really took a personal approach with him. You did all you could in your power at that time.
Yeah,
Um, you know, you and like you said, he needed that procedure, and I think once that procedure, when he needed that procedure, I think that's when things started going to the left, because he
mm,
wasn't in your presence anymore. And but like you said, it's only a phone call away. It's communication, and there was
yeah.
any. There was none.
I don't think it was the procedure. I think it's when he went viral
Is
because
is what made it
I was
happen.
doing it. I was doing everything in private.
Yeah, nobody knew anything about that, so it was kind of it was better because there was no pressure.
And actually, there's another thing people don't know. Even though he looked like he was on his deathbed
Hmm.
on that video, and you believe he was like back to normal the very next day,
Wow,
and
wow,
he was so mad at Cal.
wow.
He was Cal, man, for putting him out there like that.
Hmm.
And I said, it might be a good thing, though, Br. But he was
Right,
like
right.
he was nowhere in that condition the very next day.
Yeah, he was up. He was up and running, ready to go,
Yeah,
ready to
yeah. And,
perform,
and
do some
go
more
back,
things.
watch it. He said, I don't know what this pain is, but it's helping me.
Right, but
Yeah,
that's what he
man.
needed.
They just put a damn needle in your chest.
Hmm. And drain that fluid out. So this
Yeah,
is
that's
he needed
so
that.
that's- yeah.
He needed that, man, and you was there for him. I do you think this is gonna come down to where people are going to start saying the fact that it was negligence involved in this?
Um, I did, the hard truth, man. It it was negligence, but maybe their intentions were good. Just
Right.
in their defense. I'm not
Hmm.
trying to be those guys' enemy or anything like that.
No, right,
I
exactly.
I just wish they had really just responded to me in time.
Yeah, because they didn't know exactly the
Yeah,
what you was facilitating. I mean, you had some things going on. You had people that was in the medical field that was actually genuine, that was wanted to help him, and
yeah,
you guys had it rolling. And like you said, because a lot of times when you expose things, that's when a lot of shit happens. And
yeah,
so by you not doing that, things it was coming along, and it seemed like the minute it was exposed, even though it was for a good cause, to try to make some other things happen, it kind of like backfired.
yeah. And the thing about it, just tell the truth, or you're gonna be exposed later.
Yeah, yeah,
You
true.
know,
That's definitely true. What happens in the dark is gonna come to light. Trust me, my mother used to tell me that all the time. So that's
yeah.
definitely gonna happen.
And my page don't lie. It's like a gunfight. I have more bullets than you.
Right,
You know,
right.
you don't have enough bullets to go there with me, and it's personal because I have to leave. It's not personal as far as like me and the people, but it's just personal for me because I'm the one that have to live with this for the rest of my life, feeling that I could, if only it came back, I was saving a man's life, you
Right,
know.
right. And I know you're dealing with that every day because you feel that if they would have called you or someone would have communicated with you, or if he would have came back that way, he would still be
Yeah.
here. And I know that bothers you, my brother. I
Yeah.
know it
And he's
does.
trying, even when he got out, he spoke with me. I
Hmm.
don't know who the lady, but he was trying to get back over here. I did speak to him at least one more time, and
Hmm.
I sent her I sent her my address, but she never brought him back.
Wow, wow.
You know, I don't know if they was in his ear or
Hmm.
what, just things. But I know for a fact I reached out and I was telling him what he needs,
Hmm.
and it was just totally ignored as if, yeah, you don't know this guy.
Wow,
You know?
wow. That's sad. Now, before we get up out of here, was there any projects that you guys was working on? Was there things that was coming together that could still see the light, that maybe his kids or his family, maybe they could
Yeah.
have some type of memory of him as a new project that was going to be released, or some sort that you guys was planning on or being involved in?
Yeah. I convinced him to write a book. The footage that I did send you,
Hmm.
um, after him sharing so many personal stories with me and things,
Right,
I told him he had a story to tell. He didn't want to do music no more. He told me he did 6 albums.
right,
He said he's 52 years old. He don't have to do that no more.
right.
But it was, let's get it out there, about your health situation, bring health awareness to people and to learn the business. Because Rob didn't know he didn't know a lot about the business part of it. So
Exactly.
the whole purpose of what I was trying to do was set him up a show because Doc Honeycutt, she has the power to do that. She can have
Hmm.
you on TV every week
Right, right.
in over 4 billion homes. So
Hmm.
I wanted to use himself as an example to take care of your health, spend your money wisely, and learn the business if this is what you want to get into.
Exactly.
That was my motive behind trying to help him.
Hmm.
I have my own story coming out. We've already been working on it,
Right.
but I was willing to put that to the side, because
Wow.
I don't need it. I don't need it right now.
Hmm. Definitely.
I just want to help him. I just want to generate some kind of income for him.
Right. And that's what you was working on. That's a great thing, my brother, man, that you was there for him. That during those times that you
Yeah,
took time out of your life to be able to help this man when there were so many people that did it, and
yeah,
in
yeah. Cause I
struggles.
went against my own rules.
Right.
I have a big old home by myself, and people
Right.
always ask me, "Do I need a roommate?" This and that. And
Right.
I'm quick to say no, but
Right. Right.
it was definitely orchestrated by God. You know,
Definitely, definitely orchestrated by him. Definitely. Um,
and I have a big heart. That's one
yeah,
of the
we see
reasons
that.
I am by myself because people take people with big hearts.
Well, that's one thing too. I gotta say, you're from North Carolina. I one thing I always experience, man. Anyone that's from down south, man, the hospitality, the generosity, man, is just so huge. And I just think it's in you guys' nature, man. Like it's just something that you guys, parents and stuff, man, is just bestows in you, man. You know,
Yeah,
um, but it's a beautiful thing that you was there for him and that you made these things happen. It's
he was.
sad that he wasn't able to enjoy some of these things afterwards, but you know,
Yeah, I keep leaving that part out. He was happy here.
yeah,
Uh, I
yeah,
gave him a whole family, man. Like I said, I took him on video sets,
right,
um, any shows I had, and people just showed him so much love. I don't know. I sent you the video where he said he didn't know he had that much love here.
right,
And
right.
like,
I gotta I gotta look at back at it and see. But
yeah,
man, listen, Cricket, BadAzz Drummer, man. I appreciate this, man. I appreciate you coming on the show this morning, man, and giving insight on everything, and that Rob really did was happy before he left here. that he was happy there when you while he was with you. That he was definitely happy, and he was able to smile, and that's a
Yes.
great thing. And I think his family would appreciate that, and it was great, and would love to know this, that he did, he did smile, and he enjoyed himself, and you was there for him, brother. I appreciate that. Where can our people find you on social media and get in touch with you?
It's one badass drummer, the number one BadAzz drummer, Drummer. My that's my page for IG, YouTube, um, and on Facebook. One badass drummer.
Okay.
And another thing, I don't know. I want to help his children. As far as like make sure that they're well taken care of
Right.
because there's a lot of things that is not adding up, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Rob, Rob shouldn't have been homeless.
Right. Well,
Shouldn't have been homeless. Bro.
that's great to know, man, and they definitely, man, if they're watching or they're hearing this, saying,
Yeah.
I'm quite sure they're gonna love that, man, and I'm quite sure they'll be reaching out to you, you know. Um, Cricket, man, I appreciate it, man. Thank you, man. It's an honor, man, to finally really get in depth with you, man, and hopefully I get a chance, man, inshallah, to sit down with you, man, in ATL, man.
So
Um,
anytime,
we can
man,
chop it up, brother.
anytime, my door's open to you, man. If you're ever down this way, save your money. Come on over, bro. I got you.
I appreciate it, my brother. Thank you so much, my brother. Have a good day. Appreciate it.
You too.
My man Cricket, badass drummer. You heard it here first, man. Right here on the Rashid Report. Um, that's a lot. That's a lot, guys. That's a lot, man. For a man to open his door like that, to open his heart like that, to be able to be there for this man, and to know that Black Rob did smile. He was happy while he was over there with Cricket, man. He really started coming back around, coming to life, and that's what it's about, man. And God touched this man, and was able to put him in a position. Like he didn't have to open his doors to anybody. Like he said, he's usually saying, "Nope, I don't need no roommates or nothing." But he opened his doors, people. He opened his doors for him. Hey, salute, man. Salute to Cricket, and for his future endeavors, and everything, man. This is definitely a person of God, man. The God definitely was definitely touched him, man. I appreciate everyone, man, that kept it locked right here today, this morning. New Mixtape FM Hot 965 is a Rashid Report. You know how we do, and you know how I get down, man, with those exclusive. It is what it is, man. What up, though?